Two Men, One Story. A story that began in 1999.
1999. Did you have to say this in front of the camera? Anyway, yeah, that was the time when people were starting to buy things from the net. People were starting to discover eBay. I for example, discovered eBay in 1999. And before that, when you would buy, in order to pay stuff, you would have to mail bank drafts, postal money order. And so, people were saying, if I could use my credit card or my debit card to buy through Visa, that would be a great thing. But all the banks in the Philippines were blocking their Visa cards access to online because of the fear that it's not safe. Of course, now everyone does it like nothing. So we thought of introducing EON. In fact, it was called EON Cyber Account. It was an account that you can use for online purchases. It did not have a minimum balance, so the Gen Xers at the time loved it. Then 5 years later, out of the blue, we started seeing chatter, in the internet. People were talking about EON. There were even people who were teaching sellers in eBay how to sell and how to use EON as the mechanism by which they get paid. That was not our intent. I mean, EON was just supposed to be an ordinary cyber account, and people were finding use for it, and they were endorsing our products without us even knowing who they are. And so that was a big revelation. And what we realized was there were lots of people who got their EONs when they were like 22, 23 years old. And 5 years later, the same people who were early adopters became the net entrepreneurs. They were not just buying, they were selling stuff, like say on eBay PH and that kind of thing. And the EON was the preferred product. As bankers, we're all about control. And so we said, well, we have to put some rules here. I mean, that's the traditional approach. But part of senior management, well, we had a discussion with the chairman, and we said, something is going on here that's so different. People were finding use for it without asking permission from us. Of course, there was nothing wrong with that. We liked it because it's business. But it's almost like taking a life of its own. And it was only later on that we discovered a term for this, and that term is co-creation. And at that time, I have not heard of co-creation. I didn't know what co-creation was. And then we realized later on, yun pala yun, co-creation.
So true to the spirit of co-creation, so we have come up with our board of creators. So these are the same EON users who have been discovering ways to make use of EON more than what we have intended. And we heard them. They told us that they're looking for an enjoyable digital experience. And by this time, social media has become the benchmark for an enjoyable digital experience. So our role, as Edwin said, for co-creation, you do not dictate upon co-creation. Our role then now has become an enabler. So we brought in technology that would deliver that enjoyable digital experience to our customers. And that's how the whole new EON came about. These are all coming from our own EON customers. They have been giving their suggestions. They have been giving what their aspirations were for how they want to use EON. So it's really more of, asking, really getting them to be on board, getting to be involved in the process. The experience itself is very, very important. They're the ones who are going to use it. So therefore, we made sure that they had hands-on in the development of the whole thing.
Let's hear the shout-outs from the Board of Creators.
I wish EON was integrated more with local services. For example, like the beep service of MRT, LRT, and similar services.
I wish EON was more customer client friendly. I think a hotline would be a good thing to have for this card.
I wish EON has an awesome mobile application, both for Android and iOS, so that we can easily access our funds, transfer funds, and do online transactions.
I wish I could easily reset my password with EON.
For me, I wish EON is more of a credit card rather than debit card, so I can have more flexibility with my purchase.
I wish I can use EON to transfer to non-union bank accounts.
I wish I can easily recommend my friends to get EON by getting it anywhere.
I wish EON provides a faster way to encash, as well as the greater capabilities for cashless transactions, so like a virtual payment and all that.
So in addition with that, ang naisip ko before, sana mas accessible siya anywhere as much as possible and can be more efficient. Hindi lang kailangan mag-withdraw in same bank, so more accessible.
Now, introducing the new EON. The story continues.
I am part.
I am part.
I am part.
I am part. I am part.
I am part. I am part.
I am part. I am part.
I'm part
I am part of the EON Board of Creators.